Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to London Club's Carnage, where London is indefinitely blue. There's no debate. There's no discussion. I'm hoping the boys are not going to make it a difficult transition. I mean, there wasn't really a transition anyway, but if it needed to be said, let's say it all together now. London is blue indefinitely. You know, there shouldn't be any more discussion. I'm hoping everybody's going to take it on the chest. Just take it with your chest. It's fine. So without further ado, people, I'm not going to wear sunglasses all day because they're not prescribed and I'm still blind. But we're going to get into it, the thick of it, and it will be probably the last time I have the opportunity to destroy Toby. Yo, people, lateness is greatness. You already know what time it is. It's time for the London Club's Carnage show. Oh, my goodness. What a blessing. We got Toby and Lee in the building. Corey's coming soon. London is indefinitely blue. How are we all feeling, gentlemen?
Blue. I'm feeling blue.
Oh, mate, I've put these on so I can't see you, and I'm going to do the whole show with my fingers in my ears so I can't hear you as well, mate. It's mad irritating today.
Mate, I'm so jealous and I'm fuming.
Oh, do you know what it is?
Win. I told you you'd win.
You
Everything
did.
I say comes true, bruv. I told you you'd win. 1-0. I said you go 1-0 up, it's game over.
It's crazy, though, because you actually did predict it from probably, what, the semi-finals or the quarterfinals, you said? Quarterfinals. Yeah, you said that we would win, so hats off to you, man, because you was probably more confident than I was at that stage. I was just like, all right, let's just get to the next round, each game as it comes. But yeah, man, I mean, Lee, listen, I've already given Toby so much stick on the Big Six. I won't let the people down. I'll probably go in one more time because we got some star boys that have got Champions League medals that Toby don't like. That Toby, even though they didn't play a big part in the final, I'm still going to milk it. Look at him, he's already shaking his head.
It's ridiculous. Pulisic getting a fucking Champions League.
You know what I mean? It's a
it's beautiful, gentlemen.
Lord.
Oh my
American
goodness.
Iwobi has got a Champions League winners medal.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Callum Hudson-Odoi is officially bigger than Tottenham. Oh my goodness.
Callum Hudson-Odoi is crazy. The guy didn't contribute apart from a goal against Rennes. I think, was it Rennes?
Marcus Alonso.
Lovely goal. It was a lovely goal against Rennes.
Like, how has this guy got a Champions League winners medal? Like, think of some of the greats that have never won one, and Marcus Alonso has got one.
It's like Ross Turnbull. Ross Turnbull got one last time. Bertrand got one. Ryan Bertrand. You know what it is? It's so funny. Yeah, it's like, obviously we've been on this show all season talking about Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi for so long, but at the end of the day now, whether you like them or not, they are officially bigger than Tottenham, Toby. You have to admit that. Like, they are. No, they actually are. Like, for real. It's not even a joke.
What, because they won Champions League?
Yeah, of course.
They're not bigger than Tottenham, bro. We had Champions. They're not bigger than Tottenham. If you said Mourinho's bigger than Spurs, yes. But a 22-year-old American who's won one Champions League medal and has been pretty average for most of his career is not bigger than Spurs. And don't even get me started on Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, Callum.
I don't even like tearing
the
down
youngest player
Black King.
to win
I don't
both
like tearing down my young
trophies.
Black Kings, but you're gonna make me tear this guy down. And I don't want to do it, bro. So let's not speak on it. Let's not speak on it.
The youngest player in history to have 2 European trophies. Wow. This is a trophy that Buffon has not touched. You know, this is Corey's here. There we go. Now we've got everybody.
Mate, I'm not being funny. It's 4 minutes in and I just hear Pulisic in the background. I'm like, honestly, calm down.
Honestly.
No, but seriously, right? Seriously, outside of rattling Toby on Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, let's obviously even Kepa's got one. It's crazy. It's actually nuts.
I swear.
Crazy. So many bums have got Champions League.
Yo. Respect.
I will never respect Kepa. I will never ever respect Kepa. So
TapinTobs has changed sports as Amid. Cleveland. Were you changing sport now, bro? What's going on? I saw you drinking up with Farad and Henry and is it Senk? I saw you, man, all drinking up on the final day of the season.
Yeah.
Celebrating the funeral of the season. What the hell was that all about?
Yeah, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. a horrible campaign. So we're drinking in it. We're drinking to close the chapter on a horrible season. And yeah, it's a piss up, isn't it?
It looked fun. It looked fun. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'll start with Corey and Lee because we spoke a lot, Toby, on this game. I won't put you through the misery just yet. But I mean, Corey, obviously you got to see the game. I mean, what did you make of the performance without all the banter aside there? Because for me, right, one thing I will say about Chelsea that's different to the 2012 one is that we actually fully deserve to win this one. I think last time was more of a, written in the stars kind of thing, I guess, a lot of missed penalties, saves, goal clearance off the line. But this one, I have to say, for me personally, as a Chelsea fan, I feel like we deserved it. And I feel like every single round, we outplayed our opposition. What did you make of the final?
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I was actually disappointed Man City played that way. I know you're not thinking about it because I know you. Basically, what happened was Chelsea turned up and played to their absolute in a win inevitably. I thought you were absolutely superb. I can't lie. I thought Conte was unbelievable. I mean, some of the performances in Europe he's had this season have been tremendous. Reece James again putting himself into that England picture. You deserved it, but I was disappointed with Pep and tinkering it at the last minute because I do think it's so unnecessary. I don't understand it. He hasn't played that way there's a mad stat out there saying it's like he hasn't played that way for 61 games or something, and then he does it in a final of a Champions League. So I think it lended into your game plan. And once you went 1-0 up, I was like, no way. You're not conceding when you've got the one goal.
That was my prediction, that if we were going to win, it was going to be 1-0 and we had to score first, because we all know Chelsea attacking wise this season have been poor, really poor. Let's not cap. I mean, when your top scorer is Jorginho, you've got serious problems. So that was the only way we were going to win the game was that result. You know what I mean? Any goals conceded and it would have been a problem. Eunice is saying, big up Eunice from All You Can Eat Chelsea show, and obviously a big boy YouTuber. I know Lee's spoken to him before as well. He says it's all right, Toby. Harry Kane can get his hand on a trophy. Just send him to the bridge and we'll get it done for him. Listen, I wish, man. I wish.
You'll never see Harry Kane in a Chelsea top unless Harry Kane is 35 years old.
Somebody clip that.
Someone said clip. At least they clip that.
You'll never see Harry Kane in a Chelsea top unless Harry Kane is like 35, 36 years old at the tail end of his career. You'll never see a prime Harry Kane at Chelsea. Impossible.
All right. I personally agree with you, but listen, anything can happen in football sometimes. Sir Daddy says Southgate will play 5 at the back and 2 DMs. We're going to get onto Southgate in a minute in his squad selection later on in the show, and also the Young Player of the Year, PFA Young Player of the Year nominations, because there's been some sort of robbery going on there as well. Lee, would you trade in all your FA Cups for a Champions League?
Nope. 14 trophies for one, no thank you. 14 days, that's a lot.
That's mad.
I'd trade in a couple. and can I just say, I didn't watch the final. I watched 30, because I knew you'd win it, and it just wind me up. And it was like I watched from 30 minutes through to 45 up to half time. I see the goal. As soon as you went 1-0 up, I was like, see you later. I know they've won now, because I knew they wouldn't come back. I said to you on here, I've said to Rants, said to other people that if you went 1-0 up against them, you'd win. Yeah, and you did. And I've seen the highlights. You fully deserve to win from what the highlights were showing. But at the end of the day, like I've said this, I've done a video on this as well, because like we moved stadium to compete with the best teams in the world and win Champions Leagues. Chelsea are doing that. Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal, man. Like real talk.
Wow.
Yeah? Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal. In the last 10 years, you've won 2 Europas. Yeah, you've won 2 Champions Leagues, or last 9 years. So 9 years.
Under 10 years, just about.
In 10 years, 2 Europas, 2 Champions Leagues. That in itself is outdone our whole European history. That's without what you'd already won in Europe before Abramovich rocked up. Yeah. Then you add in the Premier League titles. Yeah. Then you add in the fan base. Your fan base is as big as ours, if not bigger. You add in it probably is bigger now. And this is the thing, like Arsenal fans need to accept you are bigger than us. It's simple as that. Like a lot of our titles are back in the 30s.
This is the thing.
100 years old, you ain't never seen that. So yes, it counts as history. I get that, but what are we, Liverpool?
This is the thing. Even Man United fans used to mock Liverpool fans for talking about history, and now they're, talking about 4 years ago, the last time they won something, and the last time they won the Premier League was nearly going to be potentially 10 years if they're not careful. I mean, you have to keep it consistent, and this is why the chat are loving Lee right now because he's spitting facts. For me,
say it as it is. Listen,
it's true.
I ain't got any ulterior motive. I just speak facts here, and at the end of the day, we moved stadium to do exactly what Chelsea had done in the time that we've moved stadium. Yeah, everything. Yeah, that's why we moved stadium. People can blame it on the owner. They can blame it on whoever they want. The fact and reality is, it's been a shit show from day one. Yeah, and we've only ever been to one Champions League final. We should have won it. It still pains me seeing Henry miss them sitters one-on-one.
The red card as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I would in that final, right? I would have took the goal and keeper on the pitch because I think we would have beaten them. Yeah, because they don't get it twisted. They were a sick team back then.
They were, but you had a great team also.
We were the best team in the world for 2 years, and we didn't show that in Europe. So it's sad, man. It is proper sad. Listen, Chelsea are bigger than us. Anyone who thinks otherwise, well, that's up to you, innit?
I heard Troops say the same thing. And I don't look. It's not like the Invincibles trophy wasn't special. It was extremely special, and I think every club would love to get that job done. However, it doesn't compare to Champions
years
League.
Ago, man.
Man, it's a long time.
Do you know what I mean? Mate, I didn't have a child back then. I had a better hairline as well. I can't lie.
It's crazy. Like, honestly, it's actually mad. And to be honest, I remember when Tottenham got to the final against Liverpool. And I threw down some money that they wouldn't win it. But part of me was like, I really pray that they don't get this because then they're going to be able to say, listen, we've got the same amount of Champions League titles as us. And I remember Arsenal fans as well for that final before Liverpool. They were praying that Tottenham. I mean, literally, Arsenal's season was defined by whether Tottenham won the Champions League. That was the be all and end all of it.
I didn't watch that either. I ain't watched the last two Champions. Last one I watched was the one with Bayern Munich. Yeah, 3 years ago or 3 seasons ago. That was the last one I watched. But mate, people have different ideas on what makes a club bigger, right? Yes, history plays a massive part in it, of course, and we've won more FA Cups, we've won more league titles than you, etc., etc. Yeah, but your European record is levels clear of ours, and it was better than ours before Abramovich took over. Yeah. Let's have that out there. It was better than ours before he came. In the last 10 years, you have won 4 European trophies. I think you won a Super Cup as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that's 5, potentially 6 when you beat Villarreal, because you will. So that's 6. Mate, it's Europe defines how good you are as a team. Yeah. Yes, you have to be lucky, but it's not luck when you're doing it consistently, and you've done it consistently. People that say Roman Abramovich has funded it. Well, who gives a shit, man? Yeah, every Arsenal fan would swap with you lot right now. Trust me.
Yeah, I think it's true. And for me as well, this debate that came up, obviously me and Toby was talking about this on Big Six as well, this debate that came up about what's more important, the Premier League or the Champions League. For me, the feeling that I get from winning the Champions League, it does not compare to the Premier League, because I think the Premier League sets you up for a lot of the season. Are you going to win it or are you not? You're going to get that high. It's the high is not as great because you've been building yourself up for it. I mean, Toby, as this weekend change, I mean, it's probably not going to change how you reflect on your own club, but has it kind of like cemented just how far you guys have fallen? Without laughing while I say that, because obviously I hate Tottenham, but
Spurs had failed last season though. Like, of course we've fallen even more so this season, but I mean, even though we've come close to competing with you, maybe in terms of league positioning and stuff, never ever have Spurs been a big
was that, by the way?
What's that?
When was you competing with Chelsea consistently for league positions?
1 season, I think.
Yeah.
Is it 1 season?
Not 1 season.
The Leicester season.
When have you finished above us? Is it 1 season you finished?
It's not one. Let's not do this. It's not 1 season. From 2018 to 2019, Spurs and Chelsea were close in terms of league position. If you want to make jokes out of it, fine. I'm just saying facts. So we were. But what I'm saying to you is, I am not one of the. Matisse knows this already. You probably you know it as well, Lee. I'm not one of these Spurs fans who will use that and say, "Oh, look, Spurs are now bigger. This, that, and the other." Spurs have never, ever been a bigger club than Chelsea in my
Arsenal.
Yeah, we're not a bigger club than Arsenal as well. I agree with that.
No, it's out there. Well said.
Spurs have never been a bigger club.
What about West Ham? You bigger than West Ham?
Oh, 100%.
Well, I don't know. 100%. With Chelsea, West Ham can have that argument with Tottenham now, can't they?
Not really. No.
Yeah, we're about to say no.
Really,
Go on, Corey, give it to him.
Any side who's been relegated, they've been relegated like twice in the last decade or something like that. They can't.
Once, mate.
They can't talk. Whatever. You've been relegated like
just the once, bro.
Was your sorry, Toby? Was your new stadium built on the same land that White Hart Lane was on?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say something because I'm just saying Arsenal are used to moving, innit? You've come from Woolwich, now you're in North. I just suggest, Lee, that you guys just politely pack up and take it outside London.
Bro, if we move to Wembley, we'll win everything because we win nearly every single match at that ground, bruv. Like, just sell. I nearly said sell Highbury. Sell the Emirates and buy Wembley. Funny we could go back to Highbury, man. Like,
yeah. So Matisse, back to the original point though. Like, I've never been disillusioned about Spurs' stature. Like, of course, I'll make my jokes, I'll troll, and I will still continue to troll. Any little inch you give me, I'll take it, and I will beat you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. All next season, I'm just gonna have 2 stars.
I ain't going nowhere. But the realist in me will never say something as idiotic as, "Oh, Spurs can compete with Chelsea financially, commercially, and in terms of winning trophies." We don't win. We don't win. We don't have the same commercial power, and we don't have the same pulling power as well, and we don't have the same funding. So how can we be a bigger club than Chelsea? So for me, nothing changed. The only thing that changed on the weekend is I now have a gazillion Chelsea fans on my neck for abuse. But in terms of where the clubs are, nothing has changed for me.
How was your DMs? Was it mad?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like they were going ham. It's weird.
Turn off all notifications unless
him and Big Steve suffered the most, 100%.
It's not. As I said, live by the sword, die by the sword. But it's just funny how these weird little Chelsea virgins that are led by the chief virgin Matisse think they can just rattle me. I'm still here. You lot can have your fun. I'll be back next season. And I'm going to keep winding that pot and stirring that fucking pot. If you want to take the bait...
You can stir whatever you want, but we got a European Super Cup against Villarreal to sort out.
Get rattled then, innit?
We got a Club World Cup to sort out.
Don't let me rattle you. Simple.
You know what I mean? You know what I need?
You
know what I need 2 stars above the badge. 2. So every time you say something, I'm just going to just point. Right. And then I need a gold FIFA badge. Right in the middle.
God, that'd be
unbearable.
God, that might be sick if I saw that.
Yeah. Do you know what I know? Do you know what I know that I rattle you? Do you know I know why I rattle you?
And I need Declan Rice pointing to it. I need Declan Rice pointing to it as well. Yeah, Corey, just point to it. Just like, yo, listen.
You lot still think he's coming. That's what's funny.
Someone just said, Toby, you are going to Maldives for Conference League, mate. Go. I'll take that. The Maldives is a beautiful place. Yes. If Spurs are playing games in the Maldives, I'm there, bro. I'm there. But this is how I know I rattled you, Matisse, as well, because I remember like 2 days, I think it was when I was at my wedding, you had this, you see Matisse goes on one of these stupid speeches.
Yeah.
Dear Chelsea, blah, and I just quote to you saying, "Shut up, please." And it got so many likes, so many retweets.
It did, it got like 500 on my head.
When Chelsea won, and I must have tweeted something, he basically did the same thing to me.
Yeah. That's class.
And these little trolls and minions in my comments are like, "Oh, Toby, take your L's." All the little trolls, man. It's funny, man. It's quality. I love it.
I'm going to blast through some super chats before we get into this. The only question I have now left now is which club is more finished, Tottenham or Arsenal? From Goam.
Arsenal are more finished because we actually achieved something and win trophies. That lot have just been doing what they've been doing for years, bruv. Nothing. Putting the pressure on.
Yeah, putting the pressure on FC.
So yeah, we're more finished because we've gone from up here being invincible, winning titles, winning doubles to, accepting 8th and Mikel Arteta's still in the fucking job.
Another super chat as well. Why are Spurs part of the top 6 over Leicester?
I mean, you tell me. I'm not championing for Spurs to be big 6, but Leicester. Let's put things into context. Leicester have only finished in the top 6 3 times in their entire.
I think the league title for me that pushes them. That really propels them. And the FA Cup.
100%. If we're going off trophy, as I said, I've said this on the Big Six as well.
Yeah, you have.
If we're going off trophies, Leicester, without a doubt, should be in the top 6 ahead of Spurs. But if we're going off what the name actually says, finishing in the top 6, this is the first season in 13 years that Tottenham have finished outside the top 6. So when people ask why Spurs in top 6,
can I just say the shit about top 6 is if you don't finish first, you're a loser.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm so fixated on.
It's not called the
Big Six
top
trophy
and the 5 losers. It's called the Big Six.
Can we extend it to the Big 8 because we finished 8th? Is that?
No disrespect.
No, we can't extend it. I'll take it all day. Then it includes West Ham. Now it's just turning into a shambles if it includes West Ham.
No, let Corey have his minute, man. He's loving life in 6th. Do you know what I mean? Man's qualified for the No, I'm not even taking the piss with it. They were favourites to get relegated.
I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it. Listen, we're getting a sign-in before the Euros. What? Special little check sign-in. We're getting the businesses going. Business is booming.
What do you mean check sign-in? What's going on?
Well, Petr
signing No, definitely not. No, we're signing Corral. He plays for Spartak Moscow, but he plays with Souček in the national team. So apparently we're getting him shipping out Yarmolenko.
It's your blueprint now, isn't it? Souček bangs.
It better not be, mate.
Anybody from the Czech Republic can get it.
It's going to flop. It's going to flop. This is like Newcastle. Now, do you remember when Newcastle a couple of years ago they were signing all the French players, and then
all the French players,
yeah.
It's a ticking time bomb, mate. Get it in and get out quick before it absolutely.
What does he play in midfield with him? Yeah.
No, he's like.
Oh, lovely. So now we have a Declan Rice replacement.
Free man midfield.
Me and Lisa
European football, mate. We need squad depth. It doesn't matter. Get the options in. Trust me. You're not going anywhere.
Can you imagine, Corey? I'm going to tell you a story. Yeah, Declan Rice signs for Chelsea for £60 million, right? Because we got that Champions League money, and then he scores at the Olympic Park, the Olympic Stadium. And he slides on his knees, pointing to the stars.
It's not, bro. There is
shushing the West Ham fans, just like Frank Lampard did.
There's no way, bro. There's no way. Keep dreaming, mate.
About no way. Trust me, he's a Chelsea fan. It could happen.
He's a Chelsea fan.
He ain't sliding on. I swear that if he kisses the
if that happens, imagine Adebayor. Look how vexed he's getting. He's pissed.
Oh no!
Imagine Adebayor.
That's Lampard.
Yeah, that's full Adebayor mode, bruv. Like that is full Adebayor. That is snake settings, mate. Trust me.
It would be beautiful.
No, do you know what? Frank Lampard was a wonderful player, but every time he scored against us, he kissed the badge and went to the home fans at Upton Park. It was the most jarring thing I've ever seen. He loves
It's because you guys disrespected him. That's why.
Yeah, we was a bit out of order, to be fair. I don't get it. I was like 6, so I went there. But at the same time, I get why he feels like that. But his dad was a West Ham legend, wasn't he? Frank Lampard Senior. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah. No, the amount of disrespect he got from West Ham fans, it was fully justifiable. Krufax is saying, "Big up, Lee, the most sensible fan in that deluded fan base." While Chicken Toby and Egg Steve were giving us crap. Man said weeks ago that we would win it.
I only did
Krufax is on violence. No, Krufax is always on violence on this stream.
What currency is that?
I'm not sure. Big up to yourself for the super chat.
Tell him to F off, whoever that is.
Don't be nasty, man. Just because it's not praise for you, yeah, because you were sitting there giving it the smack talk.
No. It's not that. He called me chicken man. He's using the big six banner, so he can F himself, yeah.
You know what's funny? You always take the banter on here and what I say on here, take it to the big six, try to finish me. Always. Yo, Matisse said this, Matisse said that. And I got to stick up for myself.
You know, Toby was one of them at school, isn't it? Run to the team to go, Matisse did this to me today.
Nah,
every time.
That's Matisse, boy. That's not.
So we got 1,000.
Matisse was the posh boy in school, yeah, that had all the Nike Air Max and that, and everyone.
No.
Dealer.
Yeah. No,
like,
I was selling
Matisse probably wore them plimsolls. You see them no branded plimsolls. For school,
man was wearing Dunlop in school, yeah.
No. Stop it.
I bet man was up shoes as well, innit?
Man was selling Lucozade and cookies, bro. I was a hustler. What are you talking about? That's how I paid for my Xbox.
And then mean Irish streets, yeah.
No, not in Ireland. I went to school over here. Stop it. I went to school in Sydenham. Stop trying this shit with me. Crazy.
All right, sorry.
But yeah, Koufax is always on violence. But literally every time I go on the Big Six, and we got big up to everyone. We got 1,400 in here. Smash the likes, man. We should be at 1,000 likes minimum for this show. Right. But every time we go to the Big Six, it's like double the audience, and then he's just bringing all these points that I've been making over here and dragging me.
You know what? It's because at times you're protected here. Because sometimes
man's got the protection.
It's the truth. Because sometimes you're protected here. Lee will side with you, and then you got your Chelsea cronies in the comments who go, "Oh, Matisse, you're so right."
Lee's spitting facts.
Oh, Matisse, I love you, Matisse.
Facts. I'm not deluded,
bro.
Do you know what, Lee? Let me tell you something though. You see Mahrez? Oh, he went missing, baby. Chilwell. He had him up.
Hold up. Let's just rewind that, yeah? He didn't go missing. He had a great missing.
And Lee wasn't having it. When I said it on him on Saturday, he wasn't having it. He went missing, bro. He went missing.
Because I remember last week, Lee was like, I want Mahrez to pick up the Champions League. I want Mahrez to have a masterclass. I want Mahrez to have up Chilwell.
One thing I'll say here is he can't do it all on his own. And when he's got 10 absolute wasters around him doing nothing, he's not going to look that great, is he? Because he can't take on a whole Chelsea defence on his own. Like, he should have scored as well. 0-0, he had a chance where he slid in. It was like the Gascoigne moment, bruv. Like, not as bad as that one, obviously, but he slid in. If he got a toe to that, he would have put him 1-0 up. Like, no, he wasn't that bad. Come on, man.
He was silent, bro. He was muted. Listen, it was Oprah. You know when Oprah was like,
that guy's name, yeah. Pulisic's been shit since he signed.
Listen. Pulisic's got a Champions League medal. I don't want to hear it. 2-time. When Oprah Winfrey was like, "Were you silenced or were you silenced?" That's what she said to Mahrez.
You know what? With Mahrez, it's funny as well because that was a real show of maturity from Ben Chilwell. Because I'm not sure if you lot remember, but last season. At the Etihad, when Chilwell played for Leicester, Riyad Mahrez absolutely tore this guy to shreds. Ripped him a new auto. And I think this time around in the final, he actually put the clampers on Mahrez. He gave Mahrez no change.
One of the best players from what I see anyway, but yeah. Anyway, we don't need to know about that, man. Like, listen, just move it on. He can't do it every week on his own, man.
But when it's Neymar,
carrying that team all the way to the final, bro. Put some respect on his name. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's got respect. He's got pocket too, though.
It's all right. We're gonna be putting a lot of respect on a lot of man's names. We're not done. I'm not done.
Like, come on.
I'm taking this nicely. I'm not doing. I haven't gone through a couple.
I'm going to get another Corona. You lot are on wine.
I test merchant says GT said London is still red. Do you agree because of the 47 trophies?
Don't listen to him.
I mean, I don't know where. I mean, is he counting the Community Shields with that 47, Lee? I don't know. So at the end of the day, we have to differentiate between if we're counting Community Shields or not. That's another thing. But I mean, listen, Reece James.
You can't count Community Shield.
You can't count them. In my opinion, that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, you can't count those trophies. That would be ludicrous. Yeah. They're literally what it says. Community Shields. You wouldn't count them if you wanted to, Corey. How would you feel?
I'm begging for a trophy, and I don't think I could have the audacity to come out and be like, "Yeah, it's a major trophy."
I mean, if you get to it, it's because you've won an FA Cup or a Prem, so that's fantastic.
Yeah. That's honourable enough, but that's literally a glorified friendly, man.
100%. Yeah. I couldn't agree more, to be honest. Reece James had a great performance, Toby, and I want you to speak on that because defensively.
But the thing is, I don't think Reece James is a bad player.
I know, but did you think? All right, but did you think he could have that kind of performance? Because it was a masterclass against Sterling, in my opinion. The way that he dealt with him.
Sterling is let's have it right, yeah. Sterling has not been good this season by his standards, and he was coming into this game in really, really poor form. And I have to question why Pep Guardiola started him out on that left-hand side anyway over Phil Foden. But let me not take anything away from Reece James' performance. I think one of my mates said something to me that actually made a lot of sense. And it's like, I think that type of game, that type of occasion, players like Reece James, Mason Mount, Christensen, like academy players who perform on such a big stage, having never played in such an occasion before, that is really definitive on the type of career that they can go on to have. And I think for Reece James to have that type of performance against, even though he's an out of form Sterling, one of the best wide men in the country and on the planet, and not just dominating defensively, but also helping you out when you needed to help offensively as well. I think massive respect to Reece James. And I won't lie, that performance took him up another notch in my estimations. Because to play like that when the lights are shining the brightest as well, like I have to clap for him. I
appreciate that. I think because obviously this is something Trent's done. He's won the Champions League. So that for me, obviously the comparisons, it doesn't really need to keep going to if we're being serious, because they're both in the England squad now. But I think oh, your dog just turned up. but when it comes to but when it comes to Reece James, it was always about, okay, Trent's got this trophy, he's got these trophies, you need to win some accolades, you need to do it on the biggest stage. And for him to do that in Champions League final was impressive. I think if we're talking seriously outside, because obviously Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic, they weren't, you know, Pulisic had a great performance against Real Madrid, but they weren't really too heavily involved in the final. But I think the three Cobham players, because a lot of people like to paint this narrative that Chelsea have just come in and splashed all the money. We have splashed, but we have recouped. If you look at Chelsea's net spend, the way that they bring in money as well from sales, it's always been very good.
That's in the last 5-6 seasons, man. I don't know why the Arsenal fan is even questioning, like, oh, they spent 200 million. Yeah, they spent nothing the season before, and what?
Yeah, exactly. We've actually on net last 7-6 years we spent less than Arsenal. But in Man City and Man United have been the biggest spenders, mainly because we probably spend similar to them, but they don't recoup the money that from sales like we do. But when it comes to the Cobham guys, the young players, I think Christensen, who's not really young anymore, but he's still homegrown. I think Mason Mount and I think Reece James. Those are the three players that I think from this game will say, okay, they are going to be ranked in a higher regard, because when Thiago Silva comes off, a legendary defender, and you're bringing on Christensen, a lot of people, probably neutrals, were saying, yo, that's Chelsea in the mud. Maybe they're in a serious predicament because Christensen is not of the level of Thiago Silva, but he came in and he was absolutely tremendous. Chelsea's own, this super chat says, we are bigger than Arsenal now. However, the media will always find a way, find it hard to admit it because they just don't like us. I don't think it will change. I personally think I don't know. I will see. I think it will change though. I know the media will run whatever they want to run at the end of the day.
That's a great comment, by the way.
Crew facts. Big Six is about commercial revenue, not top six. It's very true. It's good branding, very good marketing. But that's mainly what it is about, to be honest. That is really what it's about. Ken Berry was saying, good to see Toby in the mud with his super chat.
Who the hell is that? Who is Ken Berry?
You've been Ken. I love Ken Berry. You've been rattling. You've been spitting disrespect on Chelsea's name the whole season.
And
now they're all coming for you, bro.
They must be triggered by me, and I don't care one bit because I'm gonna be back doing it shamelessly next season. So keep going. Let them have their fun now. I can't really say much now because it's fresh, innit? You've just won the Champions League, so anything I say, I'm just gonna get a ton of photos of Callum Hudson-Odoi hoisting up the trophy.
Didn't Mason Mount do the Didier Drogba around?
Yeah, he did.
Anyone who is listening to Toby talk smack, just send him that picture of Mason Mount.
Yeah, man. Send him a picture of Callum Hudson-Odoi kissing the medal that Harry Kane didn't pick up. Yeah, and send him a picture of Pulisic kissing the medal. Yeah, that who else was it? Who else? Son didn't pick up. Do you know what I'm saying? Send it.
Like, and I gotta say as well, yeah, like, and the thing is, people say, "Oh no, Tobes, you're hating and stuff." It is honestly remarkable how Christensen and Rudiger's form has gone changed from 0 to 1,000 under Thomas Tuchel. I think you got to give props to the manager, but you have to give props to these players because when I say these men were dead and buried, people are not forgetting the Pulisic disaster class. I mean, Pulisic has had many disaster classes, but people are not.
How do you even come with that energy? Humble yourself.
People are not forgetting the Christensen disaster class on like the second or third game of the season against Liverpool. People are not forgetting the amount of time.
It turns up when it matters, isn't it? Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He got
stop and read the comments, man. I swear, you man are in talks with fucking Conte, man. I'm done.
I don't believe it.
Really? No. Yeah, but okay. So we're gonna. Okay, hold on.
Sky Italia, I'm not gonna
believe it. No. I believe it because I'll tell you something now. Yeah, you got more ambition than us, even if you're dead.
If we get Antonio, if we get Antonio Conte,
shit!
If we get Antonio Conte, I'm not doing the show next season.
That's a segue. That's a segue. We're gonna go. Who's reporting?
Yeah, I'll just come and support West Ham with you for the season, man. We're just. I mean,
let me blast through those super chats and then we'll segue to that. We'll segue to that immediately. Kareem says Corey Noble studied at my school, Royal Docks. Okay. Yeah, he's a proper East London boy, though, Noble, isn't he?
Proper Premier League legend, Mark Noble.
What? You mean Championship legend?
Oh,
you're such a mug, mate.
Yo, rude.
He's better than Harry Winks has ever been. Trust me.
100% agree.
Harry Winks is a basic Betty. Mark Noble's like your longest serving player currently, and you're comparing him to Harry Winks. Look at the levels, staggering.
Ken Berry.
Mark Noble now walks in your midfield, so let's not take the piss.
He also walks in ours. He needs a Zimmer frame to walk through.
You know, he'll drop a masterclass against Spurs. That's his game every season.
Mark Noble needs a Zimmer frame to get into our midfield right now, and our midfield ain't great.
Ken Berry says going to be back in the mud next season 2-time. It's true, man. Listen, the whole show next season, I'm just going to be able to have these 2 stars. I hope honestly, you guys better do something next season because otherwise I'm going to be just the most annoying person on earth. But this super chat saying Tuchel runner-up army. He said Mason Mount chicken ball army. He never listen. It's true, man. Runner-up army, bottle jobs. That's what Toby was all on it. He was all on it. But he was all on it.
You see how I triggered them? You see how I triggered Tuchel's runners-up army? That really stung, innit?
Not anymore, baby. Not anymore. Not anymore. Do you know what? I'm glad Tuchel's got this monkey off his back because I feel like the Champions League defeat last season, then the FA Cup runners-up. If he had lost this as well, it would have been a whole thing. I think people would have said, listen, now this guy looks like maybe a Poch or something where can't quite get over the line. And I love Poch. I think Poch is a really good manager. But if he leaves PSG this early, I know there's politics involved and there's a lot of issues, which for me just again cements how much of a crazy situation Tuchel must have been in last season with that Neymar and Cavani and all that debacle. But I think, if Poch is leaving already, man, that's not a good sign in terms of you should be going there, at least collecting a league on. But so Fab tweeted, hold on a second, you're taking a piss.
Mate, if Antonio Conte goes to Tottenham, fuck Arsenal, man. Absolute waste of football club, man. Seriously.
For real?
How can we not get Antonio Conte?
So let me read it out, right? So because we've had a manager merry-go-round in the last week. So Ancelotti's gone to Real Madrid.
Another one we should have got.
Yeah. So literally Real Madrid just slapped the money on the table and said, Ancelotti, you're coming to Real Madrid. Zidane's obviously left. Allegri's back at Juventus.
Antonio Conte.
Okay, so let me read it out.
This
Tottenham
guy is one of my favorite managers on the planet.
Oh shit!
Don't put him on mute, man.
Next season's gonna be shit. It's gonna be wild.
If we get Antonio Conte, what?
If you get Antonio Conte, you're still finish 8th. You fucking waster. Yeah.
Let me read it.
No. Okay, let me run it back. If we get Antonio Conte and we don't give him the necessary backing, there's not going to be much progress. But
no, there will. Because he's a quality manager.
This guy is
quality manager.
You'll finish above United.
Elite manager.
Let's let go on, Matisse. It's your show.
Bro, if we get Antonio Conte,
mute him, man.
Look how excited he is.
Oh my goodness.
No, but seriously, I speak from experience when I say to you, if there's one manager right now, I don't want Tottenham to have is Antonio Conte because people have been saying Tottenham squad needs improving, it needs this, it needs that. However, if someone like Conte goes in, he will work with what he's got and he will find a solution. When he came into Chelsea for the first season, he had some players that, Victor Moses, Marcos Alonso, that, players that I think he actually signed Marcos Alonso, but he, Gary Cahill had to step up and be the leading guy because John Terry had just, kind of winding down. He didn't have the, the best squad in the land. It was a very good team, but it wasn't the best team in the league probably. But he changed formation, he adapted, went to 3 at the back, changed the landscape of football in terms of England for that season. And he won it. Do you know what I mean? He won it. So
wins that season as well, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't have European football. We didn't have European football, which definitely helped in the training during the week. So Tottenham having that, them trips to God knows where, that's a long journey that you might want to send your reserves out to if you're gonna be serious in the Premier League. But if you do get him, I'm not worried because I do believe that because first of all, with Conte, the downsides is that, Toby, this is not a long-term project. So if you're going to bring in Conte, you need to back him in the first summer, and then you go for winning a trophy immediately, whether it's the FA Cup, League Cup. I personally don't think you bringing him in puts you in the title race.
It doesn't
but
at all.
No, but you need to win something, and you need to back him, because he will come to your club, Toby.
He needs backing.
Yeah, but he will come to your club, word of warning, and he will fuck shit up. Like, he will come in, he'll want 30-year-olds, and he'll probably leave after 1 or 2 seasons after fighting with Daniel Levy. But you will win something if you back him. You win a cup at least. I think he will get you over that hurdle. So Fabrizio tweeted, Tottenham have contacted Antonio Conte as a candidate for the job. Not done, but talks are ongoing about potential projects, contracts, and salary. That word project is incorrect. There's not going to be a project under Antonio Conte. It's going to be a couple seasons. Conte is one of the options Tottenham's list, as PSG are still in the same position with Pochettino. So, yeah, there you go.
Listen. Let me, excitement aside, it's the same thing with Poch. If either one of Conte or Poch comes in, whichever one, we're gonna need the people at the top to change the way in which they run this club and give these managers a bit more freedom. Give these managers the backing. So it needs to be done.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I've just literally quote tweeted that tweet and put, I swear we've allowed Carlo and Allegri and now Conte will go get new clubs whilst we're sat here with Arteta. We're done as a serious club. I hope you all see it now. Fuming, man. If he goes to Tottenham, I swear I ain't doing the show, because we've got Motormouth over here with his Tuchel's tricky blues. Yeah, we're going to have this guy running his gums about, Don Conte, you're in Europa League. And I'm just going to be sitting here like a twat every week.
Oh man, honestly, Lee, man. Do you know what's mad? Yeah, is that Lee warned every Arsenal fan that the sky is actually legitly falling. And now you're telling me if Tottenham get this done, they're actually in a better position.
Toxic and negative, apparently. Yeah, facts. Facts don't care about your feelings, mate. And I've seen this coming for a long time. If they get Conte, we're done, because they will hammer us next season in terms of league finish.
100%. I think
so. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Disgusting.
Sir Daddy says, Corey, any chance David Moyes goes back to Everton? Are you worried about that situation at all now that the job's open?
He signed a 3-year deal, I think. So unless they come in with mega money. To be honest, like, if he hadn't signed that deal, I would have been a little bit worried, because I think Everton would give him a fair bit of backing. But I think he wants to stay at West Ham for a little bit longer. And again, the board have got to give him the money that he wants and that he deserves. So I don't think he needs to move. But I don't think he'd go back, to be honest. It'd be a bit of a weird thing. I think a lot of Everton fans are quite negative of him. They think it's a backward step. I think he's done enough to recover his reputation, but I think, look, I mean, I can only speak from what I've seen of him at West Ham both times, and we've improved massively under him with limited funds. So I think everyone sort of digging him out is being a little bit over the top, but he's not going back to Everton. Clip it.
It would be weird for me, because I feel like he. It's funny because since David Moyes has left Everton have actually not gone above and beyond what he did. He was finishing 5th in the table. Him and Aston Villa. I remember Aston Villa when they had John Carew, Ashley Young, Gareth Barry, Melberg, all those guys, Bondahor, and it was like Everton and Aston Villa were part of the big 6 after the traditional top 4. True. So Tottenham weren't in there, Man City weren't in there, and it was Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, and then it was Everton and Aston Villa that were fighting for the UEFA Cup places. And since David Moyes has left, Everton have not propelled to go on to another level anyway. Someone said, Noah said Everton could get Arteta. Don't tempt me.
Mate, I will fully go to Colney right now and pick Lego Man up and drive him all the way up the M1, M6, M62 and drop that fraudulent fuck straight to Goodison, bruv. I swear down. If you don't get, I swear you get. That's why I'm out. That's ruined my day, man.
But do you know what though? Can I say,
I'm done
as excited as Toby is, I couldn't think of I couldn't think of a relationship that doesn't pair up as much as Conte and Tottenham. And it's not salty. It's the fact that Tottenham with Levy, he seems to be quite a stingy guy with money. Yes. Do you know what I mean? And then Conte, like you even Conte, if you guys remember before he won the Scudetto, he was kicking off at Inter Milan saying, I want this, I want that, causing a fuss. So how is that going to work if he comes in, Toby?
And this is my problem. This is my only worry.
Well, don't worry, bro. Just send him our way, and you can have Arteta then. Yeah.
The thing is, Antonio, going for a man like Antonio Conte, there is no compromise. There is literally no compromise. It's literally his way or the highway. So for me, it would make no sense in bringing him in and not backing him. And I don't mean just giving him money to spend, because let's be honest, we're in a pandemic, etc., etc. I mean, if this guy says he wants option A, you go out of your way and you do everything possible to go for option A. Yeah. It means when he says he wants this player sold, it means you go out of your way to sell this player.
Yeah.
Just making right decisions and giving him a bit more autonomy to do what he needs to do. Pochettino struggled in absence of these things. And the same thing I'm saying for Conte is the same thing I'd say for Pochettino. I've been saying for Pochettino. Said it on our show last night. These type of managers, they need freedom. I'm sick to death of our club being hindered by the very same people who are meant to have our best interests at heart. Why is it that when we're linked to Pochettino and Conte, the first thing that we hear is, oh, it's not going to work at Spurs because of Daniel Levy? You're meant to be our chairman. You're literally meant to make our club better, and you are the biggest hindrance when we have top class coaches that are apparently linked or have some sort of an interest in joining us. That doesn't make any sense, and it's stupid to me, and that's why the whole thing needs to change. If you bring back Pochettino, it needs to change. If you bring back Conte, or if you bring Conte in the first place, it needs to change. It needs to change, bro.
Yeah, it needs to change. It really does, honestly.
It needs to change. And sorry, my last point on this as well. Yeah, you know me. I'm a pot sexual. I'm a huge pot sexual. But I am not choosing Pochettino over Antonio Conte. I'm not, because Antonio Conte is simply a better coach. He's a better coach. There's nothing more to it than that. He's a better coach.
And I think Pochettino coming back for me, not with his tail in between his legs, but you left Tottenham for me to go up a gear now. That was the whole point. And you've gone to PSG, which is up a gear. You should be able to win trophies in that league, and then to challenge for the Champions League. For you to leave PSG so early before winning anything and come back to Tottenham, for me, that would just be like, you're coming to a place now where, again, competing for trophies is borderline impossible at times, and you're gonna and both of you just match up to, again, just perform at a good, decent level, but you're not going to kick on anywhere. I think Tottenham need a manager. Take away my Chelsea love, hatred for Tottenham in terms of wanting them to do poorly. You actually need a Conte to go in there and say, you guys need to start trying to win shit, and you need to listen to me. I want 33-year-old Kolarov at left back, and you are going to go and get it. You know what I mean? But I must say, though, he is going to demand targets, because even at Chelsea, he wanted Bonucci, who was agent. He's going to demand targets that go against the grain of what Tottenham are about in terms of their recruitment, because Tottenham like to buy, in-house, they like to buy Premier League proven players at times, apart from the time he splashed the Bell money. But, Dorothy with Dele Alli in the Championship, you like to buy...
Sorry to cut you off, Masisha. You're spot on, right? Because they went and bought Ashley Young. Yeah, they went and got Alexis Sanchez.
Yep.
Right, they've got Lukaku there.
Kolarov.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? These men have just won a title. And to the point where Pirlo's been sacked for their Allegri back. Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah.
And the reason he left was because apparently they're selling Lukaku. Yeah, and he was like, what? I've come here, I've got you Europa League final in the first season, 1 point off top in the first season. Second season, we win the title by 10 points or whatever it was. And now you want to sell the best player? Yeah, see you later. Yeah, he's going to have the same issue at Tottenham because Daniel Levy is a clown. Yeah, but if he goes in there on his terms and they back him with what he wants to do, they're finishing top 4 next season. Yeah, they'll finish above United. If he goes in there and gets what he wants, he'll finish above United. He'll get top 4.
That's why I think it's mad, though, because it's obvious that Spurs ain't got a manager, so they will go for Conte. But if you're United, Arsenal, Everton, any of these teams, you're literally chucking money at him. That's like, if West Ham were in a position, right, where we had a bit of money behind us, I'd be going, just bring him in, because that's the problem. Like, from a West Ham fan looking at Spurs, even if you get Conte for 2 years and they get a trophy out of it, it changes the culture of the club. Because the thing with Tottenham is about winning, and if they win something, then all of a sudden that another manager will look at that and say they're successful. Do you know what I mean? So I'm surprised not enough clubs are going in, particularly Man United after the shocking state they had against Villarreal. But he's a top manager, and I reckon Spurs will be top 4 easy next year. with him in.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I am shocked that Man United, not so shocked that Arsenal, because listen, Arsenal are something a different kettle of fish in terms of the way that they operate. But I am shocked that Man United haven't actually just said, okay, we can clearly see Oli is not a world-class coach, right? We can see that. Nobody even needed to be told that. I've been saying that for me, Man United are in a false position and a false narrative in terms of their second league position in the Premier League. I don't believe they are the second best team in terms of England. Yes, they've finished there, and the league table doesn't lie. But for me, the way that they have no style of play, the way that they manage to come from behind and get those late goals, it is very much based on just, for me, individualism and, late winners, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes. I don't think it's a coach. You haven't got someone that actually drilling, a system into these people's heads and saying, this is how we're going to play. This is how we're going to win things long term. It's not sustainable. And I think to myself, when Conte is available, how are Man United? You've seen Allegri now move. You see Ancelotti, Zidane's on the market. I don't know if he wants a break. These managers are not going to be around for very long. These are top managers. These are world-class managers all around at the same time. And United have said to themselves, we're not going to go after Conte. We're just going to just chill with Oli and even Arsenal. It's crazy.
We're just chilling with some little puppet, mate, that used to wax Pep's head. Like, come here, Pep. Well, get on the floor, Pep. I'll wax your head, mate. Do you want me to put the cones out, mate? Yeah, I'll put the cones out. No worries, I can do that for you. Do you want a drink, mate? What an absolute bitch. Yeah, I'm sick and tired. When I look at him there, he just winds me up just looking at him. When he talks, I'm just like, no, I've got to switch you up. I can't listen to him. Like, I had that feeling with Wenger towards the end. Yeah, but I can tolerate Wenger now. Yeah, like he was on BN Sport the other week when I was getting my hair cut. Yeah, and like in the Turkish barbers I was in, it was just like, I can kind of tolerate you now. Mikel Arteta jars me. Can't stand him. Dead football club, man. Dead football club. All these managers available, and both Arsenal and Man United have got no ambition whatsoever.
No, they don't. It shocks me. Man United more so. I think Arsenal have kind of got used to this, waiting around kind of thing with Wenger and now Arteta. But now for Man United, I'm absolutely shocked, especially when you haven't won a trophy in 4 years and you've just bottled the Europa League against Villarreal. That is a sackable offence, in my opinion, if you're a team with the ambition that you should have.
It was awful. Honestly, I watched that Europa League final and I couldn't understand United fans. I said to my United mate, how do you watch this week in, week out? There's no plan. There's nothing I can see from Man United that indicates they've got any other system than counter-attacking. And don't get me wrong, they've got some unbelievable players, and they go, we need a right midfielder, we need a centre-back. You would have won it with a decent coach, though. You've got a good enough squad to go and win it. So I know they've got problems over there, but Ollie's, I've never rated him. He's an awful manager. He got relegated with Cardiff. It's as simple as that. Arteta's the same. He's got no credentials.
No pedigree.
He's not Arsenal. He's not going to show something they don't already know. I think people think that because Guardiola came from the Barcelona B team, that's a system, that's the way to go. But it looks like a one-off.
Zidane the same, yeah.
Yeah, Zidane's as well.
This is Zidane, I think, but this league is for me more. La Liga is looking very competitive at the moment with the 3-4 of the two giants at the moment. But the Premier League is very competitive. You will get found out very quickly. Big up to everybody watching. We got record numbers, man. 1,800 people watching live. Make sure you smash the likes, people.
Smash the likes up.
We should be over 1,000 likes. I know you love this show, and if you're new to this show, it's a weekly show. And now that the season's done and Toby's celebrating with drinks that the season's done, Lee's probably celebrating with the sunglasses that the season's done. It's going to be all Euros and we get to...
I only put the sunglasses on so I couldn't see you. And I wish I'd muted you because you've been gloating, man. Like that.
Get the likes up, man. We should have 1,000 likes. What the hell is going on, people? Don't get stingy. Do not be Daniel Levy. Do not be Daniel Levy. Do not be stingy, all right? Don't make me start calling you all Daniel Levy, man. That's crazy. But listen, it's going to be an interesting summer now because now it's just going to be transfers and Euros, and I'm obviously looking forward to that. I test Merchant 4 out of the top 8 managers in football versus United and Arsenal. It's true, in terms of managers. Obviously, we just lost Ancelotti, to be fair, so that's not great for the Premier League because he's a top manager as well. But there's a lot of top managers in this league. We're going to move on to the because me and Toby was discussing this off air, right? And I just want to talk about it quickly. But the PFA Young Player of the Year nominations went out, and there was no Fofana, there was no Pedro Neto, there was no Ruben Diaz, who I think qualifies. I'm sure he does. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Is he not 23 years old?
Yeah.
there was like, it was, if you see the nominations, it was just all English players, all of them. So I'm gonna read them out, right? And then I want to get your opinion on it, Corey and Lee, especially because I know Toby's already blasted them on Twitter. But I think it was Touchline Fracas, wasn't it? That tweeted out.
They reported it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm honestly gobsmacked. Like, I don't usually really talk about young player of the year or player of the year too much. Like, it's cool, but it's not something that's a big topic for me. But he just turned 24, did he? Okay, so maybe he doesn't count then. That might be it. He might have just missed out. But okay, cool. But for Fofana at Leicester, that's a disgrace. So Foden, Saka, Rice, Greenwood, Mount, and Trent are in it. Trent.
Who the fuck voted for Trent? Who put Trent in there? What's he done this season to warrant being in there? Come on, let's be real here. He's been fucking average.
What's Greenwood doing?
Greenwood. I have no idea. Honest to God, I have no idea.
The thing is, with the England team, I could get Greenwood. I can get him as a backup striker. I would have said Bamford probably deserves his chance at some point, but I got it. But what young player of the year? That's mad, boy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Declan's in there. But Declan played 30. What, 34,
yeah, Declan deserves to be in
there.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Declan deserves to be in there. But like, how many starts in the league does Greenwood have this season? I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean? I think
16. I think.
No, yeah, I
think that's total appearances. Actually, I'm lying.
There's got to be a minimum threshold for appearances, in my opinion. Trent as well. I think Trent,
Pedro Neto or Fofana should have won that.
Pedro Neto, man, he's been incredible.
Baller, man. Neto is so good to watch, and he's what, 21, 20. Like, he's going to be world class. That boy, man. I love watching him play football. Like, he's so direct as well. Like, just such a silky footballer, man. Right.
Like, so everybody here rates Greenwood.
Alex in your chat has said Trent has 7 assists. How many other fullbacks have got that? Bruv, man's put in 19 million crosses into the box this season. I would expect him to have more than 7 fucking assists. As for that as well, yeah? Can I just say, assist stats don't count for shit to me. There's a geezer outside the Emirates Stadium called Thierry Henry, my friend, yeah? Right? Run the whole length of the pitch against Toby's team. And guess who got the assist for that goal? Oh, yes. Patrick Vieira from our 6-yard spot, yeah? Come on, fuck assists, yeah? About assists. Oh, he gets in on assists. No, he don't. He's shit. I watched him put 42 crosses into the box at one game this season. Oh, he got an assist. Yeah, where were the other 41 crosses? Unbelievable.
There does need to be a little bit of volume taken into account. Volume in terms of, do you know what I mean? How many you actually, the volume of it. But I'm not even annoyed about that. In terms of him, he can get as many assists as he wants. I'm just saying, in terms of us being fair here, Fofana and Pedro Neto, for me, have to be in this shortlist. It's a disgrace that they're not. It's actually not even funny. Like, I usually don't really care about this kind of stuff because for me, like, it doesn't really mean anything. This is a team sport. I only really care about the team trophies. People were, a lot of Chelsea fans were talking about Conte for the Ballon d'Or. I played around for it for a bit, but personally, I'd give it to Lewandowski. But even still, I don't really care who wins these things. Like, this is individual things. It's not something for me to celebrate. But when it comes to this fast, that we got on a short list here, I don't get it. I really don't. And it makes me feel like they haven't been watching this season because Trent did have a very rough patch for a couple of months. A very rough patch. Greenwood had a good patch for a couple of months.
Did you see the game? I can't remember. I think it was Sheffield United where he was going to hoof the ball and he scuffed it and miskicked it. Then somebody put a compilation together of all the cock-ups in that game he done.
Yeah.
It was like he went through a stage of about 12 games where he was just missing clearances, scuffing them, shanking. Fuck off, man. These people don't watch football. Yeah, they watch stats like Alex.
Trent shouldn't be there. Trent, you know what it is with Trent? He's had a strong end to the season.
Very strong, yeah.
It's like his seasons have been in complete contrast. His first half of the year was utter dog shit. He was absolutely terrible. And even in some games in second half of the season, he has been poor, like that Madrid game, etc. But the second half of the season, he's been strong. But my thing is this: why can a young player who's been bad for half the season and really good in the other half get
it's not even half for me.
I
don't even think it's even half.
That
he was good.
Exactly. It's probably like 60-40.
10
but
games,
like, Fofana may not be like a 10 out of 10, but he's kept a steady 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 performance throughout the course of the season. Yeah, he's had his ups and downs, but he's been up there. Why isn't he in the team?
Harvey Barnes, I saw Corey's reaction for Harvey Barnes.
Why isn't he there? For the injury? Nah, man.
Come on. It's the consistency. Like, that's the whole thing you should base it on. It shouldn't be because, and that's the thing with Greenwood. Like, I know people saying in the chat about him. I actually rate him as a player, but to be honest, if you have a couple of decent games, that doesn't equate to being good for a whole season. Like, I know Mason Mount's been nominated for it as well. Give it him if you want. Do you know what I mean? He's played all those games. You can see how it's happened. Saka, I get.
Mason Mount won it.
I'd probably give it Mason Mount, to be fair. I think he deserves an award.
I think so. I think he does, personally. He's Chelsea's player of the year. For fun not being in it. I mean, Telemans, would you say he gets a shout? I think he gets a shout over some of these other guys.
I'll give it to Phil Foden,
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would give it to Mount. I'm not even being biased because I do rate Foden extremely highly. But I think Mount.
Can you guys remember a show months ago where I said Mason Mount, this is before you sacked Lampard, I said Mason Mount to be your player of the season. He's been your best player all season and he is currently your best player of the season. And that was before Lampard got sacked. Again, another fucking thing I got right. Can we just start clipping these and putting them out? Yeah. Can we do a whole video series on Gunner gets it right? Maybe I could do my own show. Gunner gets it right. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still not agreeing with the Neymar Mahrez thing, but it went your way this season. It went your way in the Champions League.
Put him to shame in the Champions League. You can't even say that he did.
I don't agree with it, but I'm not gonna lie. It lined up very nicely for you in the Champions League. Jarrett says, "Big up, guys. Keep up the great content. Fofana not being in it is criminal. Also, shout out Tobs for the LeBron jersey."
Cleveland.
You're big on your American sports, aren't you, Toby?
I'm only big on basketball, to be honest, and that's mainly when the playoffs start. So the playoffs have started now, so I'm in the zone. Regular season is too long to keep up. I'm a basketball casual fan, but I do enjoy it.
So you're basically a glory hunter because Tottenham don't give you any glory.
I am a glory hunter with
basketball. The game is about glory, Lee. The game is about glory.
I'm a glory hunter with basketball, but I chase players, not teams. So this is an old jersey, so I'm a LeBron fan. So I want LeBron to do well. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? When you go to other sports. I'm the same with. Do you know what? Yeah, just the point you was making about LeBron. It's weird with other sports. Like same with me with F1, Hamilton. I'm just like, I just want Hamilton to do well. I just want him to break Schumacher's record. I don't really care where he is. It's weird, isn't it? But if you do that with football, you get dragged. that can't happen in football. Listen, people, how are we still not on 1,000 likes? What is this stingy behavior? What is going on today?
Wasters.
What is going on?
Come on. If there's any of my rats in the chat,
the rat army.
Yeah, smash the likes up, man.
What is going on?
You know the drill, man. You watch it.
Do you guys want to see this show over the summer or not?
Roll in, you slap a like. If you watch it every week, it should be standard. Why are you even debating on putting a like? Do you know what I mean?
Maybe they don't want to see the show over the summer. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Man.
We'll have a summer off then. Fuck.
Oh God. Well, listen, people. We're gonna wrap up very, very soon because I know Lee's got a stream. Listen, I know, and I know he's got to keep working hard now because the season of Arsenal is done. Are you going to be talking about Arsenal over the summer or more focused on England?
I'll do the transfer videos, but I'm going to be doing loads of watch-alongs, fan cams, and everything for the Euros. And maybe not necessarily just England. I want to get some Portuguese nationals on. I want to get some French nationals on. I'm actually going to get a France shirt. I think I'm going with France and Mbappe FC and all that. Benzema FC, fuck England. We got a dog shit manager. He's picked.
Just to fight, what did you guys make of that selection? Just before we wrap up, because obviously
no Ward-Prowse is a disgrace.
Corey looks stressed.
No Lingard. Nah, do you know what, bro? Like honestly, 4 right backs is just excessive. I've literally been racking my brains to try and understand what the point of it is, and I still don't get it. Like you put Saka in as a backup left back, then you're saying Trippier can play left back. Then we've got 3 other right back. I mean, I don't get it. I think he's going to throw a curveball. I think he plays either like a Reece James or a Trent in the midfield, or he does something that no one sees. Because I'm not a fan, mate. I'm not a fan. I think he could have definitely have put another attacking player in there.
And same with Calvin Phillips. I'm sorry, mate. Do you get in? Why are you getting in? Like, why are you even in that squad?
I think Calvin Phillips is in there because Henderson hasn't been
average footballers I've ever seen. He is fucking useless.
You know what is with Calvin Phillips? He's good in
Funky Barnett, and he looks the part and he plays for Bielsa. That's why he's in. Yeah, somebody go and chop his stupid locks off, mate. Dog shit footballer. Shouldn't be in the England squad.
Really? You don't think he should be in there?
No, I don't like him, man. Don't rate him.
I think he should be in there, and I think we should have had Ward-Prowse in over one right fullback.
Everyone's saying his passing's good. I'd expect his passing to be good. He's playing in the Premier League. Still ain't good enough.
But the thing is, Lee, is that Henderson's been missing for months in Liverpool. So if you didn't take Phillips as well, and Henderson goes down, you've got no DM in your team. Do you know what I mean? That's probably where the logic comes from.
Find a formation that don't need necessarily a DM in it. Go for
like Pep. How did that work out for Pep?
Well, listen, you could go.
Also, by the way, this is Southgate. Southgate with no DM is criminal.
Yeah? Unai Emery has won the Europa League 4 times with a 4-4-2.
Yeah, but how is Southgate going to coach a team with no DM? How's that? And even in a 4-4-2,
Southgate can't coach. That's the point.
Even in a 4-4-2, you need ball winners. So you're not going to rely on Bellingham and Mason Mount as in your 4-4-2. You look at Leicester when they won the league title, they had Drinkwater and Conte. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that, but like, I'm sorry, mate. No, not for me. Calvin Phillips, so we're putting him in because there's no one else.
Well, there is no. I think he's had a good season personally.
He's a good player, but it's not that.
He's all right. He's all right, but he ain't England level. If we want to go and compete for this tournament, I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction. Yeah, we'll get out the group just. Yeah, Scotland ain't going to be an easy game. Kieran Tierney FC and all that. Yo, wee jobby bastards. Yeah, they better fucking take it easy on us because it ain't going to be easy. But we'll just about get out the group. And then the first knockout round, we're going home. Yeah, we're going home. So. He'll get sacked and he'll end up as Tottenham manager.
After talking to Conte, and Conte's like, "Are you going to spend any P's?" Levy's like, "Nah, all right, cool in a bit."
I think Calvin Phillips is a good player. I do think he's a good player. I just don't know. I think, of course, England, they want to take 2 like defensive midfielders, innit? But I think if you had Jordan Henderson and flipping Declan Rice there, I felt that should have been enough. I wouldn't have taken Calvin Phillips on top of that as well. And I also believe as well that England didn't need 3 or 4 right backs. Like, they didn't need that.
They didn't. But so I was going to ask, right? Do you think his indecisiveness in taking 4 right backs? Because he said in the press conference, I would have taken more if I could have, because they're the best footballers. Right? If a monster saying, "Nah, Lee, you're bugging, Calvin Phillips' ability on the ball is better than Rice and Hendo."
Yeah, but no, maybe it is. And big up to you, my guy. Maybe it is, yeah. But Rice and Hendo, yeah, have more experience at playing at a higher level, especially Hendo. I would have been all over that. Yeah, because when it comes to the big moments of big football matches, I just feel that both of them can see a game out better than this little Calvin Phillips guy that wants to just run around like a headless chicken at times. I think these two have got more structure to their game than Calvin Phillips. His passing's decent. I can't lie. It is decent, yeah. But I'd expect it to be decent. You're a Premier League footballer and you're playing for one of the best managers we've seen. Like, you know, who's fucking brought through all these other managers along the way, yeah. But at the end of the day, structure. I'm sounding like a PR merchant here, and I with a culture. Like, I'm just going to shut up. But no, honestly, real talk. I think that Henderson can read a game, and Rice can read a game, and see a game out and dictate the tempo of the midfield miles better than Calvin Phillips. And he's going to get found out at international level, mate. Trust me.
Really, you're gung ho on this one.
Don't like him.
Let's see if Ghana gets it right again.
I'm telling you, we're going out of the first knockout stage, mate. We'll get out the group just. Yeah, we'll struggle. Yeah, because we're not good enough. We'll get out the group just, and we'll get knocked out in the first round, first knockout round.
But I was going to say, to build on that point of the 4 right backs, because obviously I think Toby was just about to mention it as well. But do you guys feel like that indecisiveness of bringing 4 right backs just compounds how indecisive he might be in game in terms of his management in the defining moments where, okay, we're in a knockout game, like Lee says, you're playing against one of the best teams in Europe. It's a tight game, and now you need your manager to change the game. You need your manager to do what a Tuchel does, or do what a Pep does, and make that tweak to make a big moment. I'm guessing we can't trust him to do that if he can't pick 3 right backs out of 4. Let's see.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. Trippier, I know he won the league with Atletico Madrid, but like, if this is a manager who can't make the tough calls, why is he in the job in the first place? It is literally your job to make these tough decisions. You're taking away a midfield spot that probably should have gone to someone like Jesse Lingard, etc., etc., and you're giving it to a right back. 4 right backs. What's the likelihood of all of them getting sufficient minutes at this tournament? Virtually nil. Why are you doing that? Why are you actually doing that? Drop Carl one, take one out of the team, and put in a midfielder. Kieran Trippier should be left at home. Simple as. It's simple. He's not better than the other 3 for me. He isn't. Leave him at home, but he won't do that. Ridiculous.
All right, listen, I'm gonna have to bounce, lads. I've texted you anyway, Matisse.
100%.
Yeah, big up to everyone, man.
Big up to the Rat Army. We're gonna wrap up very soon.
At 4 p.m. on my channel with Rants and Bants. It's normally on Monday, but we swerved it to Wednesday this week, so I'll be back at 4. I'm gonna go and do a food shop and set that stream up. That's why I've got to bounce, because I've got to go.
100%. Listen, guys,
outside for 10 minutes. So thank you. I appreciate it. Big up to all you, Toby.
Much love.
Yeah, you get Conte and talking to you again.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to Lee.
I'm going to watch West Ham with you next season, mate. Don't worry about that. Fuck Arsenal.
Come down London Stadium, mate.
Laters. See you later, lads.
See ya. We're going to wrap up soon now anyway, in the next couple of minutes. But just make sure you go subscribe to Lee. Make sure you're subscribed as well. I think we just hit 14K. Big up to everybody. Like I said, record numbers. And like Toby was saying, I mean, I think Trippier's had a good year for Atletico Madrid winning the league. And for me, my biggest gripe of this team is the centre backs with Cody going instead of Cody going, Mings going as well. You know, Cody and Mings for me to beat. Go on, Corey.
I'm telling you, man. He's going to go back 3. I can see it now because Maguire's like an injury doubt, isn't he? And you can tell, like, the only reason you bring Mings and Cody, you would never play him in a back 4. Mings ain't been that great for Aston Villa. Cody's awful in a back 4. Borderline, like, you can't even play in there. So it's going to be a back 3. But even with those options, and even with the right back, you know, he was saying about Reece James can play right centre back, Walker can. You've still got 4. So what? Like, where are you going to play him?
Unless he's moving Trent into midfield, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think
it really does.
Curveball, mate. To be honest. I think. Then he was saying like Reece James had played midfield as well, which would be a bit weird. But again, like that's the problem with him as well. You're going to live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you play Trent or Reece in midfield and it doesn't work, it falls on you, mate. You've got to go. I mean, that's the problem.
They haven't been playing midfield all season, and then you're going to move them into midfield. It doesn't make any sense. Like for me, you needed to have the balls to drop a right back and say, listen, love you guys, but one of you have to stay at home. I need to bring in an extra midfielder like a James Ward-Prowse or someone like of that ilk. And to have Cody in there over Tomori, who, again, I've been saying, I think Tomori for half the season, since he's gone to AC Milan, has been incredible to the point where they're going to buy him outright. I think, you know, even at Aston Villa, Mings, for me, has not even been the best defender at his own club. Do you know what I mean? Let alone make the England squad. So I don't know, man. And then obviously up front, I saw Toby. I think it was on 360 TV. He was doing a videos with Joel, with Cams, and with was it Farad? Was you doing it with? Can't remember. But he was saying that Greenwood shouldn't be in the England squad over Danny Ings. But then obviously, neither of them got in there. Konza, 100% Konza.
That's a shout, bro. I forgot about Danny Ings. I was gutted when he didn't get in the squad. I think he's lethal, mate. I would have taken him as a third choice, 100%.
Yeah, no, 100%. So
Greenwood.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see Greenwood there personally, but I'm not really too fussed about the forward line because I feel like it's kind of obvious, and we know Harry Kane's going to start anyway, so it's not so. I think Greenwood's actually injured. Someone just said, I think he did have to pull out, or he pulled out for personal reasons himself. But yeah, man, it's been mad. But anyway, people, we're going to wrap up. 1,600 of you in here. Big up to yourselves. I mean, Toby, big up to you, man, for coming on all season. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the summer. No more Tottenham slander. We can move on to transfer business, managerial, merry-go-rounds. Oh, you're still going for it. I was letting you off lightly there. Okay, we can still deal. We can still go at it. Let them know where to find you, bro. Any content coming out, link will be in the chat and in the description as well, people.
Yeah, cool.
You got nothing coming up?
Oh shit! Sorry,
you know the ones where you're so done with Tottenham.
No. It's because work is literally pinging.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, have I got anything coming up? I don't actually think I got anything coming up this week as well. Like, I think I'm in a hibernation mode where I'm just gonna start putting out some content as well. So my overrated or underrated show is back next week, Wednesday, but that's about it for now.
Big up, man. Make sure you guys go and subscribe. TapinTobs, link is in description. And I'm sure Victor's putting it in the chat as well. Corey, bro, West Ham way. Big season up next season, Euros as well. Tell us what's coming up, bro. What's going on?
I've had a nice break, mate, to be fair. Like, I've been like, I just didn't enjoy it because it's been hectic for like a whole season. But now I'm going to try and get England's best 11 video out this week and do a little bit more in the Euros. I've got some prediction league I need to start plugging some content for. And then obviously West Ham transfer news. Hopefully we get a signing wrapped up soon. David Moyes gets a 3-year deal. So there'll be little bits and bobs going on, but nothing as mega as it was over the season.
Well, listen, guys. Again, like I said, thank you so much. I think we just hit 14,000 subscribers live here on the show. Make sure you guys subscribe. Smash the likes, as I said. All You Can Eat Chelsea is tomorrow in the morning again. And then we'll be talking about, specifically any transfer news that's been coming up. Because I haven't really addressed some of these links to some of these players like Adama Traore and stuff like that. I want to see how concrete it is. And then, we're going to be kicking on now. Going to be videos dropping as well. Different type of content coming up. Still got the streams, but we're going to have videos as well. Big up to everybody live. And like I said, next Tuesday, pencil it in. I want to see you all there. Peter Jury coming on next Tuesday at 1:30. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. So big up yourselves, people. Link is in the chat in the description for the channels. And see you guys in a bit. Peace.